Hey YouTube, it's me, Phoenix. This is kind of a different kind of deck profile. So basically I've been doing a sealed challenge with some friends. So this is Phantom Knights. I made this with a combination of the Legendary Hero decks, the a set of Ice Barrier structure decks, and what was it? It was 10 packs of Blazing Vortex and I think 8 or 10 packs of Phantom Rage. Um, I haven't really made much changes to the deck up until recently, so I haven't really bothered showing it off. Um, I'm trying to kind of figure out a better setup. I think I've got a decent-ish one right now. It's so I'm kind of, this is more for the sake of testing the video quality and everything, the setup and all that, than it is to show the deck off, but I do kind of like how the deck works. So we're just going to jump right in, because I don't want this to be 20 minutes or more. So we start off with 2 Ancient Cloak, 2 Silent Boots, and 2 Ragged Gloves. I think these are like your main sort of level 3s. At the moment, I have to run 2 of each, I think, just for the sake of consistency and reliability. Any more or any less would probably be kind of bad right now, just because of how limited the actual Phantom Knight pool is with just the 1 hero deck. Which is why I'm also running 2 Fragile Armor and 2 Cloven Helm. It's also just nice to have level 4s, so these aren't too bad. Cloven Helm also can kind of just recycle stuff if the game goes long enough. But being able to just make rank 4s without like having to waste the break sword, the 1 break sword that I do have right now, that's pretty good. For sort of generic extenders and starters, we have a Junk Forward and a Kagemucha Knight. I also got a copy of Virtual Teammate Nyan Nyan and a copy of Phantom Knights of Stangreaves. Yeah, out of 10 packs, I only got 1 of these. It's fantastic. So basically, Nyan Nyan kind of opens up the extra deck a little bit more, because on top of being able to make rank 3s, I can also synchro with her if she summons with her own effect. She summons from grave when you summon a level 3 monster, and she becomes a tuner, but she's banished when she leaves the field. Stangreaves can special summon when a Phantom Knight special summoned, and then you can also special a Phantom Knight from hand by banishing from grave, and then you up that monster's level by 1, so again, playing more into like being able to make rank 4s without wasting Break Sword. And then these 2 are just, basically just gives me an extra level 3. Not a whole lot to say about those, honestly. For when they do work, they're actually really good. We also have a copy of Strangulanius. If you control Darks, you can special summon it, so it's another extender. If I had more Raid Raptors, he can also bring back a Raid Raptor from grave with its effects negated, as long as I control a Dark Ixies with material. So, in theory, if I can get like at least 1 more of this, it actually just becomes infinitely better, because now it can go from being an extender to also a sort of decent recovery play by being able to bring back the first Strangulanius and then being able to just Xyz summon right away. We also have an Armageddon Knight, because everything in the deck is dark, essentially. I don't think he needs much explanation. And then I got 2 hand traps. We have 1 Effect Failure and 1 Heavenly Zephyr Miradora. I've been playing this against non-sealed only decks as well. Miradora, honestly, I'm not sure on. When this card got revealed, I really liked it, but in playing it so far, it just doesn't come up as much as I would like. And then certain things also are kind of hard to play around. And like, if your opponent knows that you have it, it's also easy to play around, potentially, because you can just, like, summon something that threatens you, that you don't care if it gets negated, and then just play something else. So it's neat on paper, but I think it's a bit too situational, especially with how limited my deck pool is. Yeah, I feel like moving forward, maybe I'm gonna take it out, but for now, I'm gonna give it one more chance, I guess. For spells, I only have four. It's one Rhoda, one Foolish, one Reborn, and one Rank of Magic Launch. I don't think any of these are really explanatory. Like, they don't need any explanation. They're just good cards. I'm only running one launch just because it is searchable, but also it's a dead card turn one if I can't get set up. So, and then the meat of the deck is all traps. We got 3 Crackdown from the Ice Barrier deck. This deck can be pretty slow turn one, so having some nice defensive stall cards is pretty decent. Especially if I can get into like any of my Synchros or Ixies or even Links. 3 Fiendish Chain, also courtesy of Ice Barrier. Again, stopping attacks, shutting off key effects, that's always going to be really good. And then 3 Storm Duster, also from Ice Barriers. I played this against my girlfriend's Mystic Mind deck. Did not go well. I lost horribly. So yeah, we need backer removal, and this is more reliable / practical than running the 1 Twin Twister and the 1 Space Typhoon that came with the hero deck. Those are in the side deck, but I feel like this is better as far as like practicality sake goes on turn 1. And then we have 2 Phantom Knight Sword, 2 Phantom Knight Wing, and 2 Phantom Knight of Wrong Magnet Ring. Wing and Sword are protection and boosts, so they're really versatile, and they also have the Monster Reborn Graveyard effect. Wrong Magnet Ring is kind of like a Destiny draw that also negates an attack and is a level 2 body. It's got a lot of text on it, but yeah, it's just really simple as far as like how it actually interacts with the deck. Like, you can just ditch like a dead Fogblade or something, if nothing else. I kind of don't like that you can't. I mean, it's probably for balance sake, of course, because like using this effect and then training like a wing, and then just like sending it to grave with the wing to draw 2 and get the plus 500. That's kind of broke. So, you know, as much as I would like it to work that way, I see why it doesn't. For the one-ofs, we've got the 1 Mistclaw, just to recycle stuff, the 1 Shade Brigandine, because that's all I have, and Phantom Knights really should have just stayed a level 3 deck, honestly, but it's whatever. 1 Lost Vambrance. Vambrance is interesting. Basically, it's just like a blanket protection for a turn on your Phantom Knight monsters, but also it can make stuff level 2, which can be kind of neat for getting out the rank 2 Phantom Knight. That's actually kind of strong if you have a Phantom Knight monster as material, or the Phantom Knight card, quote-unquote. I might actually bump it to 2 if I can get a second one for this, but, I mean, I don't think I'd play this in a legitimate, like, constructed deck. Fogblade, if I had more, they'd be in. Dark Gauntlet. Dark Gauntlet's kind of weird. It's like an extra not extra, it's a full spell of goods. And then also, it can summon from grave when you get direct attacked, and then he gains 300 defense for each of your Phantom Knight spells and traps in grave. I don't think that really matters so much, but it's kind of silly at least, so I feel like you might be able to catch some people off guard once or twice with it, if nothing else. Definitely one of the first things I would cut if I get more stuff for this. Excuse me. For extra deck, we've got a copy of Infernity Doom Archfiend. So Doom Archfiend is just kind of some negation stuff. He's not great, but he's not terrible. I'm sorry about the glare. We've got a copy of Coral Dragon. I really like Coral Dragon, honestly. No, of course, now I'm getting hiccups. Just dump extra stuff out of your hand, blow stuff up. Also, it is a tuner, he draws stuff, so he's just kind of an all-around good card, I feel like. Trishula, because we can make it with Nian Yan and 2 other level 3s, which is kind of funny. And then Leo. I don't know if I'm actually going to summon Leo, like, ever, but realistically, I can go, like, into Coral Dragon, pop a card, and then sync with Coral Dragon and a level 4 into this, and then draw a card. So that's kind of neat. even if it is a bit resource intensive, but also just his defense, or his effect is just kind of nice. And he's a 3100 body on top of it. Like, I feel like he's always been kind of underrated, to be honest. Moving on, though. Chris Javelin. Yeah, so if you have the Phantom Knight's card as material, his effect's a quick effect, and he basically just blanks out a monster. Like, that's just good. 1600 body's kind of weak, but, like, with sword and wing, you can boost him up. Virtual World Shell Jaja. It's kind of like his end mains, but not as good. That's about all I have to say about it. If I had other things, I would run it instead, but this is all I got, so I gotta take it. Dante, usually the first Xyz that I make going first, because he just sets up my grave, hopefully. Though I do have a lot of things I actually don't want to mill, but it's 2500 defense as well. Like, I think the worst thing I can mill is, like, Shade Brigandine or Fogblade, basically, with nothing in grave. Levier is actually really fun. Just kind of extends combos, which is nice, and gets stuff back into grave for later. The one Break Sword, the one Nightmare, the one Thanatos. These guys are all pretty explanatory. I feel like Nightmare is actually kind of underrated right now as well. Just flipping stuff face down. Like, they summon Savage Dragon, you just flip it down. He doesn't get the equip, he doesn't get the counters. He's done. Dark Rebellion and Dark Requiem. Dark Requiem is just kind of strong. I mean, there was a reason, like, actual Phantom Knight players, not like PK Fire, like, pure Phantom Knight players were kind of upset when the Rank Up spell got banned. Because, like, this thing is really good, and if you can get it set up with Dark Rebellion, like, it's just gonna control, like, it just does a lot, even if it only does once or twice. I don't go into it all the time, but it's nice to have the option there, plus my extra deck options are limited, so it's kind of whatever. Steel Star Regulator, I don't know if I'm actually going to ever make this card, but the option is there, and I do have a lot of Xyz, so, like, I can just make this with, like, a Dante after I've used this effect twice, or even once. The burn damage is kind of nice, the removal is kind of nice, it's just, you know, it's situational, but there's worse things I could have in here. And then, of course, the one Rusty Boy. I am strongly considering my next sealed purchase to be another hero deck set, mainly for a second of him now that he's unlimited, but also for the full set of Phantom Knight monsters and, like, a second Fogblade and Shade Brigandine. I think that would smooth out a lot of the things in the deck. But yeah, other than that, that's the extra deck, and my side deck is kind of just more good stuff. So we got the one Chalice, the one MST, the one Twin Twisters. Spell Speed 2 Interruptions are always nice. 2 Dark Hole, I could have sworn there was 3, but I guess not, or I lost it. I probably lost it, I don't know. Trying out 2 Archfiend Staff of Despair. The Phantom Knight stuff's kind of dinky, like, in its attack value, so just being able to, like, drop something by, like, 1,000 or even 500 is kind of nice. Being able to just also pay 1,000, I believe, yeah, to add it back to hand. Yeah, it's not terrible. There's worse things I could run, but, you know, again, sealed format, you gotta kind of take what you get. 2 Phantom Knight Shadow Veil. I was maining this, but it's whatever, honestly. This might as well just be a blank spot. The 300 attack could be relevant, but I doubt it. The extra body could be relevant, but I doubt it. So it's just kind of, you know, it's just there. If I feel like going into it, I can just summon it. Like, it's not that difficult, but it's a very low impact, low, like, utility card. That's kind of the best, the nicest way I can put it. 3 Appointer of the Red Lotus. Another nice card from the Ice Barrier deck. I was considering maining it, but I don't know if it's good enough in the main deck with what else I have in the main deck to really capitalize on it. So being able to side it when I know I can go first at least seems decent. And then lastly is 3 Mind Drain, just kind of the last good card that I actually have 3 of that I can run, so, you know, yeah, that's kind of just it. That's about it for the deck, though. If people are interested, I can try and do updates. I believe tomorrow we're going to be doing our first actual locals tournament in quite a while because of COVID, yay. So, so I can kind of do some, tournament rundown, I guess, for that. I'm probably going to play this just because I don't have another deck put together. Like, yeah, I don't know what I would actually want to play right now. I don't know where all the cards that I would need for them are, so it's just kind of, I've been playing with this for the past couple months, so this just seems like the best thing to go with. Even though it's probably gonna do horrible, but I mean, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so that's about it. I think that'll do for now. So I should also have some Vanguard stuff. I'm trying to kind of diversify a bit because, well, yeah, maybe I should just do a separate video talking about that. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna end the video here. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.